Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and SheriAnn I've got the vlog today, and today I'm going to talk about this date in history. I need to start doing this a little more often, but on March 9th in 1862 at Hampton, Rhoades, Virginia, the CSS Virginia, which was renamed from the USS Merrimack, was a Confederate ironclad. Basically, when they took the docks at Yorktown, the United States had tried to sink the Merrimack. They had scuttled it, but they weren't completely successful. Confederates were able to raise the hull, and they put iron plating on it, turned it into their first ironclad, and on the 9th they came out of port and encountered the USS Monitor. The Monitor was a U.S. ironclad. It was completely designed as a ironclad. The Virginia was basically a former sailing vessel that was covered in iron plates, basically redesigned, but the Monitor was built from hull up, or from the keel up, I mean, as an ironclad. Completely new design. John Erickson was the engineer who designed it, and it had basically a flat deck with a round turret in the middle of it that housed 2 guns. The Virginia had a total of 10 guns, and when they fought each other, they really didn't do much damage to each other. The pilot of the Monitor at one point took a blast to his viewport, and was temporarily blinded. The Virginia had been equipped with a steam-powered engine, and it was underpowered, and so when the tide changed, it had a hard time maneuvering because the engine was underpowered enough that the tide was as strong as the engine, basically, so it couldn't really make any headway, and it was hard to turn the vessel, but they fought for several hours, blasting each other and not doing any real damage to each other. They basically fought to a draw. The Virginia retreated back into port, and the Monitor remained on station outside. It was part of the blockade that the United States had put in place around the Confederacy. But it's an interesting battle to note. It was the first time iron warships met in battle, and it really kind of changed naval warfare, because the Monitor especially was the precursor of basically our modern battleships, and so it was and it was it's interesting to look at some of the facts about the battle. There's quite a few interesting things that happened. So that was March 9th of 1862, and maybe I can start doing this a little more often and talk about the Civil War a little bit more. It is basically my area of interest, so I just need to actually kind of sit down and work out what I want to talk about each day and cover topics. But that's going to be it for today. So thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below, and subscribe. We are still trying to reach 5,000 subscribers. And we will see you again tomorrow, and have a great evening.